a destination have everything? Well, if it's Krka National Park, then yes. It's one of Croatia's most popular destinations, and also one of its most diverse. First and foremost, it hits you with a knockout punch. Skradinski waterfall cascades widely into an impossibly pretty pool. Undoubtedly, it's the most popular and memorable section. But this is just one of 7 magical waterfalls you'll enjoy here, and there's so much more besides. A Neolithic cave, Roman heritage, an eco-ethno village, hiking and cycling trails. In addition, the workshops, the monasteries, the list goes on. Prepare to experience one of the true wonders of Europe. Welcome to Krka. 4 seasons, 4 experiences. When is the best time to visit? Krka National Park is magical to visit any time of the year, and each of the 4 seasons gives very different perspectives. Already visited in the hot summer months? Come back in the winter and enjoy the snow. It's a totally different experience. Of course, most of the 1.3 million annual visitors come in summer. Therefore, this is when Krka is at its busiest. As a result, numbers can be limited to 10,000 people at a time. But if you're flexible with your itinerary, there are fewer crowds in the other seasons. And not only that, in November the power of the water is often mightier still due to higher water levels. Krka National Park, things to see. Krka's 11 separate entrances demonstrate the size of the national park. For many, Skradinski waterfall will be among the first impressive sights they see, but they'll be by no means the last. Go back in time to the Roman era at Burnham. Alternatively, visit the Neolithic cave at Ozidana pećina. Alternatively, go back in time to another era to visit to traditional Dalmatian eco-ethno villages. Visit the Catholic monastery on the island of Bilutica, or the Orthodox Krka monastery. Hike the trails or cycle the 388 kilometers of bike routes. Find historic fortresses. Join in educational workshops with the kids. And if you're looking for a chilled way to explore, take a boat tour. Ready to explore the main attractions at Krka National Park? Let's go. Skradinski waterfall. One of the great natural treasures of Croatia, Skradinski waterfall is by far the main spectacle at Krka. It's the largest waterfall in the park. Grab a bite at the often busy restaurant nearby. Bilutica. Krka National Park is huge. In fact, it's some 109 square kilometers in total, and the Krka River itself stretches an impressive 72.5 kilometers. Without doubt, the best way to get a feel for its size is by a boat ride. Additionally, this lets you visit Bilutica monastery. You'll find it on a tiny island in the middle of the river. It's a serene place with outstanding flora and fauna. Strutting peacocks are among the only permanent inhabitants. A Franciscan monastery has stood here since 1445. Their community today allows tourist visits. Although landings are limited to 30 minutes each, you get a tour of the island, monastery, church and museum. Actually, the latter has an impressive archaeological collection, historical manuscripts, and allegedly the smallest book in the world. Educational hiking trail, Stinica Roški slap Ozidana pećina cave. One doesn't have to be in Krka very long before one thing becomes clear. Here is a national park, not content to sit back and let the wondrous nature do all the work. At every turn, education and enhancing the visitor experience are priorities. There are excellent hiking trails. Informative education points lie all along the way. The 8.5 kilometer hike from Stinica Roški slap to Ozidana pećina cave is a nature lover's dream. There's an altitude difference of 176 meters, and the walk takes 2.5 to 3 hours on average. Although with such outstanding views, you'll be forgiven for taking longer. Ozidana pećina cave. Krka National Park has a rich array of culture and heritage. One of the must-see places on the hike above is Ozidana pećina cave. The presence of human habitation here is from 6000 to 1500 BC. An archaeological exhibition showcases this. Our Neolithic forebearers certainly chose a room with a view. Roški slap. Roški slap is a main waterfall of 22.5 meters with a plethora of cascades, backwaters and travertine islands. There are 517 wooden steps from here to Ozidana pećina cave. Along the way there's an old Roman road and several water mills, some still functioning. In fact, they are among the most prized ethnographic monuments in all Croatia. By comparison, only a fraction of tourists see these waters and wonders than do Skradinski. Krka Monastery. Krka Monastery is the other spectacular waterside religious complex, although this one's on the mainland, and it belongs to the Orthodox faith. The monastery got its first mention in records as early as 1402. The catacombs below are of Roman origin. They testify to a much earlier existence. The monastery can be visited by boat or road from April to October. Manojlovačko waterfall. the third waterfall from the source and at 59.6 metres, the tallest of Krka's waterfalls. Manojlovačko is just off the road from Knin to Kistanja. Many consider it the loveliest waterfall of all. Also, it comes with the Emperor's seal of approval, because it was here that Emperor Franz Josef I and his wife Elizabeth came. You can admire the very same view after a trail was cleared and opened to the public. Bilutica. Just 9 kilometres downstream from Knin lies Bilutica, the first of the series of Krka's 7 waterfalls. It's accessible from the roads from Knin to Kistanja and from Durniš to Oklaj. It's a divine spot. A 300-metre trail leads you here on foot. It's an impressive display of water, and one thing is guaranteed: you will hear it before you see it. Burnum, amphitheatre and Krka eco campus at Puljane. The Roman military camp at Burnum was the seat of the 11th Legion of Claudia Via Fidelis and 4th Legion of Flavia Felix and 8th Legion of Augusta. Additional cohorts were stationed here in a small camp in the eastern part of the complex. Arches of the command building can still be seen, as can the only restored military amphitheatre in Croatia and several walls with a military exercising area. Access is only by road. The nearby Krka eco campus at Puljane showcases the region's archaeological artefacts. Choose from 6 historic fortresses. Croatia's history has rarely been peaceful, and there is plenty of evidence of its turbulent past among the spectacular nature. A number of early Croatian fortresses can also be found, some dating back to the 14th century. Each command impressive views over the mighty Krka and environs. There are remains of 6 fortresses in all: Kamičak, Trošen, Nečven, Bogacin, Rogovo and Ključica. Actually, the latter is one of the largest and best preserved defensive structures on the river. Ethno-presentation. Visit the ethno-presentation to see how life here once was. The watermills in the national park are not just renovated but filled with wonderful examples of traditions from a past era. Not only that, but they also encourage the education of young minds through regular workshops for traditional crafts. Notably, presentations include milling wheat, washing cloth and weaving. Also horseshoe smithing, ploughing and planting. And there's traditional food preparation to help you build an appetite. Tourism and the environment. Pressure points. As with many parts of Croatia, tourism in Krka is booming. Rising visitor numbers bring additional revenue, but also pressures on the environment. The national park takes active measures to preserve the environment. These include limiting visitor numbers to Skradinski waterfall. How to get to Krka National Park. Getting to Krka National Park couldn't be easier. It's just off the A1 Zagreb to Split motorway. Indeed, there's excellent signage for miles around. Moreover, Krka is very close to Šibenik and less than an hour from Split. Therefore, it's an excellent and very popular day trip from either. The National Park has 11 entrances, and it pays to do a little research on the official Krka National Park website on the best one to aim for if you're driving. Opening times and ticket prices. You can find prices for individuals, groups and other tickets on the official site. You can also buy tickets online. Prices vary a lot depending on the season, with summer obviously the most expensive. There are student and group discounts as well as reduced tickets for late afternoon arrivals. Children under 7 can enter for free. Krka is open 363 days of the year, apart from December 25th and 26th. There are reduced opening times out of season. Opening times also vary according to the season, with peak season months open from 8 am to 8 pm. For more information, check out the official website, which is full of very detailed information. You can find it at www.np-krka.hr.